Pennies from Heaven. It's the new copper patina and it's pretty awesome. It's just a little wooden tray. And I was practicing a little bit. I couldn't wait. I had to try it. So I'm gonna start out with DIY paint in Old School. And I'm probably gonna use some letterpress. We're gonna start with Old School. And this is a Klingon brush. It's a synthetic brush. It's the S30. It's got the cute little short handle and the really super soft synthetic bristles. These are awesome and they're available on my website, sentimentalsalvage.ca. So just go on there on the Klingon brushes tab and you'll find them. I'm just gonna put it in random spots. So I got some of that on there, and then I'm going to use, this is Old 57, so this is a really bright, pretty turquoisey color. You can see that in there. And yes, I'm not cleaning my brush, just going in. I don't want to blend these two, I'm just applying. So they're gonna blend a little bit, but I want to keep, the edges are gonna stay pretty harsh right now. So this is looking pretty ugly right now, as you can see. You gotta go with the ugly first, right? I think I'm gonna add some brown in here. So this is our layered chocolate, it's called. And it's a really, really super dark, rich chocolate brown. And I'm just gonna add it just kind of in between the turquoise and the gray. This is looking really ugly right now, but don't worry, it'll get better. Promise. Okay. So this is drying pretty fast. Now what I want to do is, I want to use the copper, is what I want to do. But first, we're going to use some Summer Crush to add in there. And I'm just going to actually use a different brush. I might just use, sometimes these little chip brushes with their scraggly bristles come in pretty handy for this kind of thing. And I'm just gonna go in and kind of, so that it looks kind of like rust. So just kind of tapping that on there. It's lots of layers. I don't know about from your angle, but this is looking pretty awful from my angle. Just take some playing with it, just figuring it out. And right now we're just using the paint. We haven't gotten into the copper yet, but it's getting there. These scraggly little bristles on this chip brush are actually working pretty good for this. This is the copper patina. So see how beautiful that is? It's like the golden ticket. but copper. And I'm gonna add some of that in there over where I've just put the orange. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move to a gray again. This is just one of those instances where you just keep doing more until you get it how you want it to be. Oh, this one's super stuck. Okay, so this is what happens when you do not clean the top of your can properly. So I will use a paint key and just pry up around that edge. I probably poured out of this. I'm just prying up on the edge. Sorry, I don't know if you could see that. And it just breaks that kind of clay. Hopefully this is gonna work. Sometimes it takes a couple tries. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, there's bitties all over the place. So now I'm just gonna keep using this chip brush because it's got these nasty bristles here. Just adding different tones, and you just keep kind of, there's no real, I don't know, there's no real right or wrong. You just kind of keep playing with it until it gets the look that you want. And I kind of like this paint doesn't self-level, so you end up with some really cool, I don't know if you can see, can you see the texture? My laptop has a delay, so I'm just going to wait and see here. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of a texture there. And that shimmer from the copper. Just adding some, this is, did I tell you? Letterpress gray in the darker spots here. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to give some of these turquoise parts a little bit of depth, because right now they're just kind of bamish. So I'm going to actually grab some good old Bohemian blue, everybody's favorite. This is a beautiful color. Beautiful, beautiful color. So this is, like, boho is very, very dark. So I'm just gonna add like little specks just to give it that little bit of, and actually, I want it to be a little bit more focused on where I want it. This poor paintbrush, seen better days. This is Mermaid Tail. So it is a turquoise as well. And sea glass. I don't know if you're noticing much of a theme here with DIY paint, but okay, so this is a little bit brighter. Just give it a little squirt of water sometimes, and it makes it, when you're layering like this, it makes it a little less thirsty. So when you put your colors on, it doesn't suck it up so much. Like right now, I kind of want this to be a little more muted, but I still want the color variation. So water to the rescue. Love, love, love this paint and what you can do with it. So, I don't know if you can see this. I got so much stuff in the way. See how that water's even just kind of running? I think that might actually make a cool... Okay, new idea. This is what happens. I'm just going to actually put a little bit more paint here, a little heavier, and then if you remember the watercolor dresser, or not dresser, but the sideboard that I did, the Jacobian sideboard that I did a while back, that's what I did. I used a lot of water and had it just kind of flowing. Ooh, look at the drippies. And then a little bit more water to kind of fuzz it out. It's kind of like, okay, now this is starting to look how I want it to look. Much better. Okay, now I have a different plan. This is what happens when you're used to doing this kind of stuff on your own. You just kind of sit here and you putz, and you don't realize how your plan changes as you're working until you change it. Have all the colors out here making a big mess. And I'm going to add some water. And then add some more water. I'm using all DIY paints, and we are trying out the new Copper Patina with the new paints. And we're trying to recreate like a patina, an oxidized copper look. And I just want to add a little bit of turquoise in there. Just some little bits. Isn't this looking awesome on this side? I love it. Loving it, loving it. Okay, I'm gonna keep working my way through. And then I think at the very last, I'll go back over this with some copper just to highlight some. Okay, now if you guys can see right in this area, see how that is very kind of sharp. You can see all the little brush pounce marks. Can you see that there? I hope you can see that there. It's really good, just got some sharp. And then we're going to blend it out. Let's open up that. With water and more paint. So I'm spraying it first, a good spray. I'm really adding some water there. And then still just doing the little pounce with the brush. And it's really, really light, like I'm not putting any pressure on the brush. Really light. And I always just have a wet wipe handy to just wipe it off. Or your hand, that happens too. And then I'm gonna take the lighter gray, the letterpress. This was old school that I used first, and now I'm going over it with letterpress, and I'm just doing tiny little specks here. And the water is helping it level a little bit, but it still has some texture. Let's give it another. And there, now you can see how different that is. It's way softer, not so harsh little jabs. This is looking way, way better now. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around and work on this side. Yeah, because what a difference. Huge difference. I am going to need a little stir stick. These are just coffee stir sticks from the dollar store. Just to add some. I use the lids lots when I just want to do this kind of a technique, because then I'm not getting all the yuck in the jar itself. Okay. All right. So first we will, well, I better touch up this spot here before I get too far ahead. There's still some gray on there. This same technique will work with the copper too. It's also, you can use water to move it around. Just little wee bits of the dark. And then some more water. DIY paint. In case you're not familiar with it, until you seal it, you can reactivate it with water. Some little bits of old 57. Okay. Some little bit of movement there. Got it pretty wet up in that corner. I'm going to try to move that a little bit. Ooh, I like this. If you really want to get some movement on your paint, on your little spots, or even when you're blending sometime, if you really want to move it with your water, just hold your water bottle really, really close and give it a good squirt. And these are the mister bottles. So these are the ones that just let out that little fine mist. You don't get those big water drops, because the water drops will leave you little water marks in your paint when you're done, which I don't know about you, but it ticks me off. So these are the little mister bottles. They are available here at the store. These exact ones, actually. Because they are a game changer. For sure. Okay. This is gonna look pretty cool then with just a faint, almost done, and then we'll get back to the copper, because I think it's gonna look pretty awesome with a few fresh drops of the copper on it. There's a lot of water on here in some spots. As I add more. Okay, what do you think? I think that looks pretty awesome. It looks like a coppery galaxy. Okay, now I'm gonna add some more. I think I'm done with the paints, so I'm gonna add some more copper. Just close these up. So yeah, I have all of these paints. I have all the colors. All the colors are available for online purchase, and I will ship it. Okay, so here we go again. Pennies from Heaven. This is the brand new patina from DIY Paint. Those of you that are familiar with the golden ticket, it's very, very similar, except it's copper. So here we're gonna go with just some little spots. So see what this is looking like on the brush? If you can see that, hopefully it's focused. Just give it a little squirt of water first. And see how it just kind of moves? It kind of fish eyes actually a little bit if you've got it going down on a pretty wet surface. Well, I want to keep doing more, and here I am doing more. Okay, I think that's, well, no, it's not good yet. Okay. Now I think I'm done. I'm done. I should mention that when you are using a lot of water like this, you can actually move it around with the blow dryer and get some really cool patterns and designs and like kind of a starburst and stuff. That works really cool too because the blow dryer just pushes it, so your really wet spots. So yeah. I think that's it for this right now, but for those of you that hung out to watch this, thanks. I hope you learned something. I did. So if you have any questions or if you want any of the products, they're all available on my website, sentimentalsalvage.ca. Just click on the shop tab. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys all stay healthy. And yeah, stay healthy. It's kind of scary out there right now, so okay, all my best. Thanks for watching.